Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to work with Edulastic, and today I'm going to show you and your grade level how to make common assessments using Edulastic. A lot of times we want to make sure that we identify real either quick checks to go in and make sure they mastered that particular standard. But whatever we do, whether it's a quick check or if it's an actual formal or summative assessment, we want to make sure they're common across grade level. So when we're looking at our data, we're all looking at the exact same thing and having the correct or adequate amount of actual data to compare, and the accuracy is correct because we're all looking at the exact same standard. So what I have done, I went to my backpack and I selected our Edulastic Eureka Affirm actual application. When you go onto your application, your first thing you're going to see is all of your classes listed there. Okay, you see Knuckles homeroom, and you also see my supplemental classes that are broken down by my gifted students, by my EIP students. So at various levels, I have different actual classes for various students, meeting them according to where they are. Today, you see on my left-hand side of my dashboard, the first little icon you see, it kind of looks like a speedometer. It's actually called your dashboard. Your dashboard is where all your classes are going to be listed with all of your students, and you see it'll even tell you the number of assessments for each student, each grade or class that you have. The next one is the actual, you see that I made tons of actual assessments. These are the actual assessments that I've assigned to my class, whether I created them or whether they were already in Edulastic. Okay. But today, what we're primarily focusing on is this particular application right here. This is called the question bank application. And if you look, you see it right here. It's called the question bank. This is where we're actually going to go to create those common either quick checks just to make sure those kids understood that standard that was covered in those couple of days. If not, we're going to collaborate and come together in our PLC and see exactly what we can do to do some explicit teaching during our intervention rotations, or if they have, what do we do if kids did get it and what do we do if we don't? And this is a real quick check to where we don't have to wait till the end of the unit to see, oh my goodness, they didn't get it. What are we going to do now? And we have to backpedal. This way, it gives us up-to-date, immediate response and understanding if the kids understood that particular standard. So today we're actually you see that we've selected third grade mathematics. And when you go to the standard set, you see that there's several different ones. We try to choose either Georgia Mathematics, Eureka Math. So when we actually choose the standard, we're looking for the standard that you're currently studying in the particular um, unit that you're currently in Eureka Math. And when we look at my Eureka Math actual unit that we have out, if we're looking for the focus standard, which is the standard that primarily that you're going to be focusing on in lessons 1 through 4, when you're generate and analyze categorical data. Okay, that is primarily that's the standard primarily that you're going to focus on in these 4 lessons. The foundational standards are the standards that, hey, they should know these. This is simply building off of that information they learned in 2MDB 5, 6, 9, and 10. So they should already know this information. This is just building off of prior knowledge, okay? So when we go back here, we're going to change, okay, the actual standard that we're looking for. Remember, when we're looking for the standard, we're looking for the one that they're currently doing. So let's look for 3MDB3. Let's see if we can find that. So there's 3MD3. Okay, so we're looking for that particular standard. So I want to get rid of MD5 because that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on this particular standard for those first lessons in Eureka Math Unit 6. Inside of that Eureka Math Unit 6, here's what it gave us. This is an example of a question that you can actually use for a quick check. Okay, so this is going to check to make sure once you've taught lessons 1 through 4 in Unit 6, this is the focus standard that you're actually making sure they the students mastered and understood the concept. And this is the type of problem that you would give them. The great thing about your Edulastic, you can print this out and give it to them on paper. They can take this on the computer and it gives you immediate feedback. However you feel comfortable with doing it, please do so. So this gives us a actual, if you look at it, it tells me also where I'm going to find the same question. I'm also going to find this in the Endo module assessment in Edulastic. In Edulastic, they also have created the Eureka Math assessments that we normally find and we print out, or it comes in that packet and we pass out to the children. They also give you that digitally in Edulastic where they can just take it online. So you see the standards that we're focused on, because those are our focus standards for Unit 6, lessons 1 through 4. And you see it's a multiple choice, okay? And depth of knowledge is skill and concept, okay? It's pretty simple, skill and concept. So we would add that, okay? So we're going to add that and we're going to create that in an actual, create that as an actual quick check, okay? So we're going to review. This is our review. So this is the one that we are saying, yep, that's what we want to have a quick check on for our first 4 lessons in Unit 6. Topic A, this is just a quick check down and dirty to see if they understood it. Over here is where we're going to create that assessment. So we could say Unit 6, lessons 1 through 4, quick check. Okay. And when we do that, we understand that there's only one question, it's 1 point. It tells you the standards that's going to cover as well as the type of question it is, which is a multiple choice. Now I can add co-authors. Those are just teachers on my grade level that I can add, that we can either add additional questions that we can make up on our own, search for additional questions that focuses in on those standards that they already know from 2MD. So this allows other teachers to collaborate with you. Maybe if you're doing your math and your math lessons in your grade level, it's sectioned out. You've divvied it up among your grade level. So maybe 2 or 3 teachers at one time are working on math lessons for the entire team, just like reading and social studies science. So this allows you the opportunity to create or co-author, add additional people to actually work on the quick check assessments or common assessments with you. So I'm going to go up to the top. I'm going to click publish or assign. When I publish or assign, if you take a look over here, it's going to ask you for the date I want it to open and the date I want it to close, okay? And it's also going to say, not only who else do you want to assign it to? Who do you want to assign it to? So not only will I select my class, which is my homeroom class, that's all of my students, I can change the date. So it's just depending on how long you want this open. I like to leave mine open for at least a week to a week and a half to allow students who are absent, sick, what have you, the opportunity to complete the actual assignment without feeling like they're being rushed. Once I have assigned it and I'm okay with the open and close date, I'm going to assign it. But right now I'm just going to say publish and assign later. Once I publish and assign later, you see that it says sharing with others. This is where that collaboration comes in, that you're sharing it with your team, that common assessment to make sure everyone across the board is using the same assessment, focusing on the same quick check, deep diving into those standards that are in Unit 6, Lesson 1 through 4 to make sure their children understood it. And if not, what are we going to do now that we know that they don't understand it? That's where we're going to get into those math intervention rotations and that explicit teaching during our intervention block. Okay, so here I'm going to change my level setting, sharing level. And what I want to do is I actually want to add it to my school library, okay? And when I add it to my school library, anyone in the school can find it. So if those 4th and 5th grade teachers need some remediation, their kids need remediation on 3MD, they can locate it. If I have some 2nd and 1st grade teachers that are like, my kids are way above where they need to be in this particular standard, do you have something they can use? Absolutely, they can use this as a quick check as well. So this allows everyone in my school to see it. Now, I also can actually make it as well the sharing level where I can actually share the link with invited users, okay? So I can do that. And here you can type in the teacher's emails, all right? Or your username that they use on Edulastic. However you want to actually do that. I like to do it at the school library version because that allows everyone the opportunity to access it, okay? Once we've decided what level of sharing that we wanted to provide, we're going to go ahead and click assign. And as you see now, I can assign it to my actual homeroom class, and I can then click assign. And it says success. Unit 6, lesson 1 through 4, quick check has been assigned and in progress status. Okay, so once I go to that, I don't need to do anything else. Once the students log into their Edulastic account on their homepage, they will immediately see, hey, Miss Knuckles has assigned us a quick check. So once we finish lessons 1 through 4 to make sure they understood that 3MD3 standard, I would immediately assign that next day, that quick check that gives us a down and dirty immediate feedback and input on if our students understood that. So at our next PLC, we can actually bring that data information and share and see if everyone understood the concept. If not, what do we go back and do if they understood? And what do we do for those students that did understand and progress and push them forward while we're still providing intervention time for those students who did not still understand or grasp the concept. So that is how you make a quick check common assessment inside of Edulastic. Thank you guys so much for watching.